This podcast is a member of the New York City Podcast Network at nycpodcastnetwork.com. Visit us to listen to over 250 amazing podcasts just like this one.
Japanese street style is some of the cutest and trendiest clothing in the world. Introducing Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing and Accessories, the hottest original and cute clothing company. We offer tops, clothes, accessories, shoes, dresses and skirts, and comfortable homeware that we guarantee you will love. Cherry Goddess Women's Clothing, super cute Japanese style clothing.
Hello everyone, this is Black Wall Street Chronicle, so we're back at it again. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Today we're going to, the episode is called Understanding Crypto, and when I explain the history of crypto fees, and I also am going to talk about the case between Ripple and the Security Exchange Commission, because this particular case will be relevant in cryptocurrencies, for cryptocurrencies in the United States of America in the future. Thank you very much, and give me 1 second. I'm going to guys. Alright, now, let me get right to it. A cryptocurrency, or crypto, is a digital asset designed to work as a medium of exchange where the individual coin ownership records are stored in a ledger, existing in a computerized database, using storing cryptography to secure transaction records, to control the creation of additional coins, and to verify the transfer of coin ownership. Cryptocurrency does not exist in physical form and is typically not issued by a central authority. Cryptocurrencies use a decentralized control opposed to a central bank digital currency, where a cryptocurrency is minted or created prior to issuance or issued a single issuer. It is generally considered centralized. When implemented with decentralized control, each cryptocurrency works through a distributed ledger technology, typically a blockchain, that serves as a public financial transaction database. Bitcoin the first as open source software in 2009, is the first decentralized cryptocurrency. Since the release of Bitcoin, many other cryptocurrencies have been created. In 1983, an American cryptographer, David Chaum, conceived an anonymous cryptographic electronic money called eCash. Later in 1995, he implemented it to DigiCash in order to form a cryptographic electronic payments, which required user software in order to withdraw notes for a bank and destiny specific encrypted keys before it could be sent to a recipient. This allowed the digital currency to be untraceable by the issuing bank, the government, or any third party. In 1996, the National Security Agency published a paper entitled How to Make It Mint, the Cryptographically of Anonymous Electric Cash, describing a cryptocurrency system, first publishing it in an MIT mailing list, and later in 1997 in the American Law Review, Volume 46, Issue 4. In 1998, Audo I published a description of B-Money, characterized as an anonymous distributed electric cash system. Shortly thereafter, Nick Savio described Bitcoin. Like Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies that will follow it, Bitcoin not to be consumed with the later gold-based exchange BitGold, was described as an electrocurrency system which required users to complete a proof of work function, with solutions being cryptographically put together and published. In 2009, the first decentralized cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was created by presumably synonymous developer Satoshi Nakamoto. It used SHA-256, cryptocurrency hash function, in its proof of work scheme. In April 2011, Namecoin was created as an attempt at forming this decentralized DNS. Internet censorship very difficult. Soon after, in October 2011, Litecoin was released. It was used to script its hash function instead of SHA-256. Another notable cryptocurrency, Peercoin, used a proof-of-work or proof-of-stake hybrid. Cardinal has been the largest proof-of-stake cryptocurrency since 2018. On August 2014, the UK announced its Treasury had commissioned a study of cryptocurrencies and what role, if they could, play in the US economy. The study also was to report on whether regulation should be considered. In 2021, El Salvador became the first country to accept Bitcoin as legal tender, after the Legislative Assembly had voted 62-22 to pass a bill submitted by President Nayib Bukele, classifying the cryptocurrencies as such. According to Jan Gillespie, a cryptocurrency is a system that meets 6 conditions. 1. The system does not require a central authority, a state maintained through distributed consensus. 2. The system keeps an overview of cryptocurrency users and their ownership. 3. The system defines whether new cryptocurrency units can be created. If new cryptocurrency units can be created, the system defines the circumstances of their origin and how to determine the ownership of these new units. 4. Ownership of cryptocurrency units can be proved exclusively cryptographically. 5. The system allows transactions to be performed in which ownership of cryptographic units is exchanged. A transaction statement can be only issued by an entity proving the current ownership of these units. 6. If two different institutions for changing the ownership of the same cryptographic units are simultaneously entered, the system performs most at one of them. In March 2018, the word cryptocurrency was added to the Merriam-Webster's dictionary. Altcoins. Tokens, cryptocurrencies, and other forms of digital assets are now Bitcoin, are collectively known as alternative cryptocurrencies. Typically shortened to altcoins or altcoins. Paul Vigino of the Wall Street Journal also describes altcoins as alternative versions of Bitcoins. Given this role as the modern protocol for all altcoin designers, the term is usually describing coins and tokens created after Bitcoin. A list of some cryptocurrencies can be found in the List of Cryptocurrencies article. Let's put out the list of crypto. Let's look at the. First, we're going to start with the active currencies. Bitcoin was made in 2009. Litecoin was made in 2011 by Charlie Lee. Namecoin, also named in 2011 by Vincent Durham. Peercoin, created by Sonny King. 2013, Dogecoin, created by Jackson Palmer and Vicky Marquez. Gridcoin, created by Rob Halford. Prime, created by Sonny King. Ripple, which we're going to be talking about later, created by Chris Larson and Jed McCaleb. NXT by BC Next. Aurora Coin, created by Balder Oldenson. Dash Coin, created by E. Van Dulfield and Kyle Hagen. NEO, created by Doug Humphrey and Eric Jane. Maza Coin, created by BTC Oyite Initiative. Monero Coin Team. Titcoin, created by Edward Mansfield and Richard Elan. Verge Coin, created by Sonarock. Stellar Coin, created by Jed McCaleb. Verx Coin, created by David Ruin. Ethereum, created by Valtic Butchery. Ethereum Classic, created by ETC Chash and Babs. Nano Coin, created by Colin McMahon. Templar Coin, created by John Lovisic and Wendy Bill. I hope I'm pronouncing these names right. Pharaoh, created by Prominent Eson. Zcash, created by Zuko Wilcox. BCH, created by SHA-256D. EOS.I0, created by Dan Latimer. Cardano, created by Charles Hopkinson. BitClout, nobody knows who created BitClout. Now here's the coins that are inactive. Okay. The first coin that's inactive is CoinGate. It was created by its founder. BitConnect. BitConnect is called. Yeah, I remember BitConnect. BitConnect was discovered as a Ponzi scheme. Kodak Coin, that one is gone. Venezuelan government, Onx Coin. Petro Coin, which was created by the Venezuelan government. OneCoin, created by Ruja Ekatova and Stephen Green. So these are the cryptocurrencies that's not available. Where was I? eCash. Now here's the history of Bitcoin. I already said the history of Bitcoin. Okay, I did the list of cryptocurrencies, so here it is. Altcoin often has underlying differences with Bitcoin. Litecoin aims to process a block every 2.5 minutes, rather than Bitcoin's 10 minutes, which allow Litecoin to confirm transactions faster than Bitcoin. Another example is Ethereum, which has smart contract functionality that allows decentralized applicants to run on its blockchain. In 2020, according to Bloomberg News, 2016 has its largest falling of any altcoin, according to the New York Times. Significant rallies across altcoin markets are often referred as a alt season. Crypto tokens. A blockchain account can provide functions other than making payments. For example, in decentralized applications of smart contracts, fungible tokens are sometimes referred as crypto tokens. These terms are usually reserved for other fungible tokens that main cryptocurrency of the blockchain, that is. Usually fungible tokens issued within a smart contract run at the top of the blockchain, such as Ethereum. There are also non-fungible tokens. Non-fungible tokens. The rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies in early 2021 has also led to the rise in popularity of non-fungible tokens, commonly referred as NFT, as NFT is data which is stored in digital ledger, and this data represents a specific something. For example, an NFT can represent artwork, a music album, or some other type of digital file. There is a common misconception that NFTs are an actual type of cryptocurrency, but they're not. The main similarity between cryptocurrency and NFT that they both have stored digital record on a blockchain. With NFT, each token purchase has a value which is unique and cannot possibly exchange for another token of equal value. Central cryptocurrency is produced by the entire cryptocurrency system correctly, as a rate which is defined when the system is created and which is publicly known. In centralized banking and economic systems such as the Federal Reserve, corporate boards and governments control the supply of currency by printing units of fiat money or demanding additions to digital banking ledgers. In the case of decentralized cryptocurrency, companies or governments cannot produce units and have not so provided backing for other firms, banks, or corporate entities which hold asset value measured in it. The underlying technical system upon decentralized cryptocurrencies is based on created by the group of individuals known as Satoshi Nakamoto. In May 2018, over 1,800 cryptocurrency specifications existed. Within a proof-of-work cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, the safety, integrity, and the balance of ledgers is maintained by a community of mutually distrustful parties, referred to as miners, who use their computers to help validate and timestamp transactions, added them to the ledger in accordance to a particular time scheme. The proof-of-stake blockchain transactions are validated by the holders of associated cryptocurrencies, sometimes grouped together in state pools. Most cryptocurrencies are designed to gradually decrease the production of that currency, placing a cap on the total amount of currency that will ever be in circulation. Compared with ordinary currencies held by financial institutions or kept cash in hand, cryptocurrency can be more difficult procedure by law enforcement. Blockchain. The validity of each cryptocurrency coins is produced by a blockchain. A blockchain is a continuously growing list of records called blocks, which are linked and secured using cryptocurrency. Each block typically contains a hash pointer is linked to a previous block and a timestamp and transaction data. By design, blockchains are inherently resistant to modification of the data. It is an open distributed ledger that can be record transactions between two parties efficiently in a variable and permanent way, including managed by peer-to-peer network, collectively adhering to a protocol for validating new blocks. Once recorded, the data in any given block cannot be altered retroactively without the alteration of all subsequent blocks, which requires collusion of the network majority. Blockchains are secure by design and is an example of a distributed computing system in which high baseline fault tolerance, decentralized consensus, has therefore been achieved with a blockchain. Nodes. In the world of cryptocurrency, a node is a computer that connects to a cryptocurrency network. Node's validation or hosting a copy of the block of the cryptocurrency it supports. When transaction broadcasts, details transaction using encryption to other nodes. Throughout the node network is the transaction and every other transaction is known. Node owners are either volunteers, those hosted by the organization or body responsible for developing the cryptocurrency blockchain network technology, or those who are enticed to host the node to receive rewards for hosting the node network. Timestamping. Cryptocurrencies use various timestamping schemes to prove the validity of transactions added to the blockchain ledger without the need of a trusted third party. First timestamping scheme invented in the proof-of-work scheme. The most widely used proof-of-work schemes are based on SHA-256 and script. Some other hashtag algorithms that are used for proof-of-work outside, including Kryptonite, Blake, SH8-3, and X11. Network and achieving distributed consensus through requesting users to show ownership of a current amount of currency. It is different from proof-of-work systems that run difficult hashing algorithms to validate electric transactions. The scheme is largely dependent on coin, and there is no standard from it. Some cryptocurrencies use a combined proof-of-work and proof-of-stake scheme. Is a validation transaction. For this effort, successful miners attain new cryptocurrency as an award. The reward decreased transaction fees by creating complementary incentives to contribute the process power of the network. The rate of the generating hashes, which validates any transaction, has been in for the use of specialized machines, so as FPGAs and ASICs running complex hashtag algorithms like SHA-256 and script. The arms race for cheap and yet efficient machines has existed since the first cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, was introduced in 2009. With more people venturing into the world of cryptocurrency, generation hashtags for this validation has become more complex over the years. With miners have to invest large sums of money on employing multiple high-performance ASICs. Thus, the value of the currency obtained for finding a hash does not justify the money spent on setting up the machines, cooling facilities to overcome the heat they produce, and the electricity required to run them. Favorite regions for mining are those with a cheap electricity or cold climate. As July 2019, Bitcoin electricity consumption is estimated to 7 gigawatts, 0.2 of the global total, or the equivalent that of Switzerland. Yeah, we said that cryptocurrency mining is a problem when it comes to electricity. And the fact that it has to mine a crypto uses just as much energy to run a country like Switzerland, that's crazy. Miners are full resources, sharing the processing power off of a network to split the reward equally, according to the amount that they are contributed to the possibility of finding a block. A share is rewarded to members of the mining pool who present a valid partial proof of work. As of February 2018, the Chinese government halting trading virtual currency, banned initial current offerings, and shut down mining. Some Chinese miners since relocated to Canada. One company is operating data centers and mining operations at Canadian oil and gas field sites due to low gas prices. In June 2018, Hydro-Quebec proposed the provincial government to allocate 500 milliwatts to cryptocurrencies to mining. According to February 2018 report from Fortune, Iceland will become a haven for cryptocurrency miners, in part because of its cheap electricity. In March 2018, the city of Plattsburgh in upstate New York put an 18-month moratorium on all cryptocurrency mining in order to preserve natural resources and the character and direction of the city. GPU price rise. In a cryptocurrency mining increase for the graphic cards, GPU in 2017, the computer-powered GPUs makes them well-suited to generate hashes. Popular figures of cryptocurrency mining such as NVIDIA GTX 1060 and GTX 1070 graphics cards, as well as AMD's RX 570 and RX 580 GPUs double or triple them in price or were out of stock. Another popular card, GTX $6 billion model, was released on MSRP of $2,050, sold for almost $500. RX 570, RX 580 cards for the AMD were out of stock for almost a year. Miners regularly buy up the stock of the new CPUs, still stay available. NVIDIA has asked retailers to do what they can do when it comes to selling GPUs to gamers instead of miners. Gamers come first for NVIDIA, said PR manager for NVIDIA in the German research. A cryptocurrency wallet. We're going to talk about cryptocurrency wallets. Cryptocurrency wallet stores the public and private keys or seed can be used to receive and spend the cryptocurrency. Within the public key, it is possible for others to send currency to the wallet. There exist multiple methods of storing keys or seed them in a wallet using public wallets, which are traditional public, private, or seed keys written on paper, to using hardware wallets which are dedicated to hardware to securely store your wallet information. Using a digital wallet, which is a computer with a software hosting all your wallet information. Hosting your wallet using an exchange where cryptocurrency is traded, or by storing your wallet information on a digital medium, such as plain text. Bitcoin is pseudonymous rather than anonymous in that the cryptocurrency within a wallet is not tied to people, but rather to one or more specific keys. Therefore, Bitcoin owners are not identifiable, but if all transactions are publicly available in the blockchain. Still, cryptocurrencies exchanges are often required by law to connect personal information of their users. Additions such as Monero, Zero Coin, Zero Cash, and Crypto Note has been suggested, which will allow for additional anonymity and fundability. Proof of work cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin offer block rewards and incentives to miners. There has been an implicit belief that whether miners are paid by block rewards or transaction fees does not forget the security of the blockchain, but a study suggests that they might not be the case under certain circumstances. The rewards placed for miners increase the supply of the cryptocurrency. By making sure it's verifying a transaction is a part of business. The integrity of the network can be observed as long as the benevolent nodes control a majority of the computing power. The verification algorithm requires the processing power plus electricity in order to make the verification costly enough to accurately validate public blockchain. Not only do miners have to factor in the costs associated with the expensive equipment necessary to stand a chance of solving hash problem, they further must consider the significant amount of electrical power in the search of a solution. Generally, the block rewards outweigh electricity and equipment costs, but this may always be the case. The current value, not the long-term value, of the cryptocurrency supports a reward scheme to incentivize miners to engage in costly mining activities. Some sources claim that the current Bitcoin design is very inefficient, creating a welfare loss of 1.5 relative to the efficient cash system. The main source of this inefficiency is the large mining cost, which is estimated to be $360 million per year in US dollars. This translates into users being willing to accept the cash system with an inflation rate of 230% before being better off using Bitcoin as a means of payment. Creation, minimalizing transaction fees. Another potential improvement is to eliminate inefficient mining activities by changing the consensus protocol altogether. For cryptocurrency at the time versus the demand for the currency holder for faster transaction. The currency holder can choose a specific transaction fee while network entiles process transaction in order the highest offered fee to those. Cryptocurrency exchange can simply do process for currency holders by offering priority alternatives and thereby determine which fee will likely cause the transaction to be processed in the requested time. Either transaction fees differ by computational complexity, bandwidth use, and storage needs, while the Bitcoin transaction fees differ by transaction size and whether the transactions use SegWit. The September 2018 median transaction fee corresponded to 0.01755 cents. Some cryptocurrencies have no transaction fees and ban mechanism. Exchanges. Cryptocurrency exchange allow customers to trade cryptocurrencies for other assets such as conventional fiat money or to trade between different digital currencies. Atomic swaps are a mechanism where one cryptocurrency could exchange directly for another cryptocurrency without the need of a trusted third party such as an exchange. ATM. Jordan Keeley, follower of RoboCoin, launched the first Bitcoin ATM in the United States on February 20, 2014. The kiosk installed in Austin, Texas is similar to bank ATMs, but has the scanners to read government-issued identification, such as a driver's license or a passport to confirm users' identities. Initial coin offering. An initial coin offering is a controversial means to raise funds to a new cryptocurrency venture. ICO may be used to start us with the intention of avoiding regulation. However, securities regulators in many jurisdictions, including the US and Canada, have indicated that the coin or token is an investment contract under the hiring test, i.e., an investment of money with a reasonable expectation of profit based significantly on an entrepreneurial or managerial efforts of others. It is security and is subjected to securities regulation. In the ICU campaign, a percentage of the cryptocurrency, usually in the form of tokens, is so early to backers of the project in exchange for legal tender or other cryptocurrencies, often Bitcoin and Ether. According to PricewaterhouseCoopers, 4 of the 10 biggest proposed initial coin offerings have used Switzerland as a base, where they are frequently registered as non-profit organizations. The Swiss regulatory agency, FINMA, stated it will take a balanced approach to ICO projects and will allow legitimate innovators to navigate in the regulatory landscape and to launch their products in a way consistent with national laws protecting investors and the integrity of the financial system. In response to numerous reports by industry representatives, a legislative ICO working group began to issue some legal guidelines in 2018, which are intended to remove uncertainty from crypto offerings and to establish sustainable business practices. Here's the trends. The market cap of any coin is calculated by the multiplying the number of coins in circulation. The total currency market cap has been historically dominated by Bitcoin, accounting for at least 50% of the market cap. And where all coins have increased and decreased in market cap, Bitcoin's value is largely determined by speculation, among other technological limiting factors known as the blockchain, though it's coded into the architectural technology of Bitcoin, which is when the block rewards received from Bitcoin or have to do technological mandate limited factors installed into Bitcoin, which turns limits into the supply of Bitcoin. Followed by downtrend. By mid-June 2021, cryptocurrency is an admitted extremely volatile asset class portfolio diversification had begun to offer by some wealth managers in the U.S. Earlier, I talked about how there is increased regulation coming up because Ripple is actually in court with the Security Exchange Commission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick break and I'm going to come back. Give me a second. Hey, Gold State. How are you? Thank you for stopping. Let's just step away for a minute. I noticed that you answered my poll. What do you think about cryptocurrencies, Gold State of Mind? Thank you, Gold State. I appreciate it. So, do you have any questions about the state of the cryptocurrency? How cryptocurrency is going to change? Looking for a Bitcoin trade, I only trade Forex. Do you think about getting into Dogecoin? Have you heard about that? Okay. All right. Okay, that's good. Now, what I was trading was Superbird. What is Superbird? I've never heard of that. How much does the coin cost? I never heard of this cryptocurrency before. Sure, you can basically send me the information or my message if you want to. I can link up with you and your team. Alright, Gold State of Mind, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on with the rest of the episode. Because what I wanted to do was talk about the increased regulation in 2021. The rise in popularity of cryptocurrency and their adoption by financial institutions have led some government to assess whether regulation is needed to protect users. Just send me your information and I'll get back to you. The rise in popularity of cryptocurrencies and the adoption by financial institutions have led some government to assess whether regulation is needed to protect users. The Financial Action Task Force, FATF, has defined cryptocurrency-related services as virtual asset service providers and recommended that they have been regulated with the same money laundering and know your customer requirements as financial institutions. On June 10, 2021, the Basel Committee on Banking Supervision must set aside capital to uncover all potential losses. For instance, if a bank were to hold Bitcoin worth $2 billion, it would be required to set aside enough capital to cover the entire $2 billion. This is more extreme standard than the banks are usually held to when it comes to other assets. However, this proposal is not a regulation. The U.S. Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, is considering what steps to take. On July 8, 2021. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who was part of Senate Banking Committee, wrote to the chairman of the SEC and demanded that it provide answers on cryptocurrency regulation by July 28, 2021. Senator Elizabeth Warren, who was part of the Banking Committee, wrote to the chairman of the SEC and demanded that it provide answers on cryptocurrency regulation by July 28, 2021. Due to an increase in cryptocurrency exchange use and the danger this poses to consumers. On May 18, 2021, China banned financial institutions and payment companies from being able to provide cryptocurrency transaction-related services. This led to a small fall in price, the biggest proof of cryptocurrencies. For instance, Bitcoin fell 31%, Ethereum fell 44%, Binance Coin fell 32%, and Dogecoin fell 30%. Proof of work mining was the next focus, with regulators in popular mining regions citing the use of electricity, generally from highly polluting sources such as coal to create Bitcoin and Ethereum. In the United Kingdom, as of January 10, 2021, all cryptocurrency firms, such as exchanges, advisors, and professionals that have either a presence, market product, or provide services within the UK market, must register with the Financial Conduct Authority. Additionally, on June 27, 2021, the Financial Watchdog demanded that Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, cease all regulated activities in the UK. Some commentators believe that this is a sign what comes to current stricter regulation of the UK cryptocurrency market. South Africa has seen a large amount of scams related to cryptocurrency in the recent months is said to be putting a regulatory timeline in place that will produce a regulatory framework in 3 to 6 months. The largest scam occurred in April 2021, where the two founders of the African-based cryptocurrency exchange called AfriCrypt additionally mirror trading incident disappeared with 170 million worth of cryptocurrency in January 2021. March 2020, Korea implemented new legislation to strengthen their oversight of the digital assets. This legislation requires all digital asset managers, providers, and exchanges are registered with the Korea Financial Intelligence Units in order to operate in South Korea security management system, and they got to ensure all customers have real name bank accounts, that the CEO and board members of the exchange have not been convicted of any crimes, and the exchange holds sufficient levels of deposit insurance to cover losses arising from hacks. Some countries, such as Turkey, have taken a much stricter stance on cryptocurrencies. On April 16, 2021, Turkey's central bank, the Central Bank of the Republic of Turkey, banned the use of cryptocurrency and crypto assets for making purchases. From April 30, 2021, grounds that the use of cryptocurrency for such transactions poses significant transaction risk. El Salvador, however, has taken a very contrasting approach to other countries who have limited the use of cryptocurrencies. On June 9, 2021, El Salvador announced that it will adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. El Salvador is the I'm going to talk about the legality of cryptocurrencies. The legal status of cryptocurrency varies substantially from county to county and is still undefined and changing in many of them. At least one study has shown that broad generalizations about the use of bitcoins in illicit finance are significantly overstated, that the blockchain is an effective crime fighting and intelligence gathering tool. While some countries have explicitly allowed their use in trade, others have banned or restricted it. According to the Library of Congress, the absolute ban on trading or using cryptocurrencies is applied in 8 countries that include Bulgaria, Bolivia, Egypt, Iraq, Morocco, Nepal, Pakistan, and the United Arab Emirates. An import ban applies to other 15 countries, which includes Bahrain, Bangladesh, China, Colombia, the Dominican Republic, Indonesia, Iran, Kuwait, Lesto, Lithuania, Macau, Oman, United States and Canada. State and provisional security regulators coordinated through the North American Securities Administrators Association are investigating Bitcoin scams and ICOs in 40 jurisdictions. Departments and courts have classified Bitcoin differently. China's central bank banned the handling of Bitcoins by financial institutions in China in early 2014. In Russia, through cryptocurrency is legal, it is illegal to actually purchase goods with any currency other than the Russian ruble. Regulation and bans applied to Bitcoins probably extend to some cryptocurrencies, so you can't purchase any product with it. That's interesting. Cryptocurrency are potential to evade economic sanctions, an example against Russia, Iran, and Venezuela. Russia also secretly supported Venezuela with the creation of the Petro, a national cryptocurrency initiative by the Maduro government to obtain viable oil revenues by circumventing U.S. sanctions. In August 2018, the Bank of Thailand announced its plans to create its own cryptocurrency, the central bank digital currency. Cryptocurrency advertisements have been temporarily banned on Facebook, Google, Twitter, Bing, Snapchat, LinkedIn, and Mailchimp. Chinese internet platforms Baidu, Tenet, and Weibo has also prohibited Bitcoin advertisements. The Japanese platform Line and the Russian platform Yandex have similar prohibitions. On March 25th, 2014, the United States Internal Revenue Service, also known as the IRS, ruled that Bitcoin will be treated properly for tax purposes. This means Bitcoin will not be subject to capital gains tax. The paper published metals market than traditional currencies. Hence, the agreement with the IRS decision, even if based on different reasons. The IRS starts sending letters to cryptocurrency owners warning them to amend their returns and pay taxes. Yeah, you better pay your taxes. Yeah, the IRS is gonna come for you. The legal concern of an unregulated global economy. It's popular. The demand in online currencies has increased since the inception of Bitcoin in 2009. So as the concern that such an unregulated person-to-person global economy that cryptocurrency offers may have come to threat to society. It's concerns that altcoins may become tools from anonymous web criminals. Cryptocurrency networks display a lack of regulation that has been criticized as enabling criminals who seek to evade taxes and launder money. Money laundering issues are also present in bank transfers. However, bank-to-bank wire transfers, for instance, the account holder must at least provide a proven identity. Transactions occur through the use and exchange through these altcoins or independent pro forma banking systems, and therefore can make tax evasion simpler for individuals. Since charting taxable income is based on what a recipient reports to the Revenue Service, it becomes extremely difficult to account for transactions made using existing cryptocurrencies, a mode of exchange that is complex and difficult to track. Systems of anonymity. The most cryptocurrencies often can serve as a simpler means to launder money. Rather than laundering through an intrinsic net of financial actors and offshore bank accounts, laundering money through altcoins can be achieved through anonymous transactions. Loss, theft, and fraud. In February 2014, with the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, Mt. Gox, declared bankruptcy, the company stated that it's lost nearly 473 million of their customers' Bitcoin, likely due to theft, which Mt. Gox blamed on hackers who exploited transaction malleability problems in the network. This was equivalent to approximately 750,000 Bitcoins, or about 70% of all Bitcoins in existence. The price of the Bitcoin fell from a high about $1,160 in December to $400 in February. Two members of the Silk Road Task Force, a multi-Asian federal task force that carried out the U.S. investigation of Silk Road, seized Bitcoin in the course of an investigation. DEA agent called Mark Forster, who attempted to extort Silk Road founder Ross Kuchberg, dead pride, pleaded guilty to money laundering, obstruction of justice, and extortion under the Code of Official Right, and was sentenced to 6.5 years in federal prison. U.S. Secret Service agent Sean Bridges pleaded guilty to crimes related to his diversion of $800,000 worth of Bitcoins to his personal account during the investigation, and also separately pleaded guilty to money laundering in connection with another cryptocurrency theft. He was later sentenced to nearly 8 years in federal prison.
This is Black Wall Street Chronicles. This is Jeffrey Frazier signing off.